Stream is starting right now. I am Crypto Frog. I'm just going to let some people rumble on through. Listen to some fat beats for like circa 3 minutes. And look at one of my NFTs. There are NFTs, and then there are fucking T's. High-end NFTs, yo. Like, the whole game is just blowing up massively now. You've got, like, NFT artists appearing on CNBC and stuff. And there's articles in mainstream media. Let's put some other tunage on. I'm a big fan of NFTs if you're new to the channel. It's got a bunch here. Unfortunately, not so many super high-end ones, but, you know, they'll do me. And I'm not really looking to sell them anyway. But I'll just let this track loop. All rights reserved, innit? If you're not already, you can follow me on Twitter, CryptoFrog202. Thumbs up, please. The algo! Obviously, subscribe goes without saying. Innit? This channel's grown freaking fast, yo. Even though I would like it to grow faster, so click subscribe. Disclaimer. None of this is financial advice, but I'm not going to get deep into financial advice, although people are using NFTs as a way to make money by speculating on particularly high-end NFTs. I'm going to go through some of the most recent big-ass sales. And mostly we're going to go through the ones on superrare, which is the site I like the best, to be quite frank with you. You will need a MetaMask or Wallet Connect or something. I bought this one ages ago for half an Ethereum when half an Ethereum was $119. Remember those days? Good old days. It's called Speed Cube. I mean, one day this will sell for like probably $100,000. This bad boy. It's by an artist called Seabenders. And I hope he's doing well, because he's a really talented dude. Alright, so I kind of correlated all the biggest sales of superrare, which I like, which you can find by going to superrare.co. So these are the biggest sales of the last like several days. I like keeping track of them. So I'll kind of do a top 10, then I want to give my opinion on what I think of some of these other NFTs doing the rounds and some of the big artists in the game, Now I think the thing with superrare is that they don't really have, I mean, they do have NFTs by the big name high-end NFT artists. Hit thumbs up if you're just tuning in, 21 watching, 10 thumbs up, rectify. This one's called Graviton. Experience the feeling of serenity and freedom on the astral plane. It went 6 days ago. It's by an artist called Backarts, and it went to _888_. He paid 20 Ethereum for it, aka $39,022. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie. It's like something out of that Tron film that came out years ago with Jeff Daniels when he had that weird like deep fake face when he was young. But that was created 6 days ago and it was bought 6 days ago, so that was snapped up almost instantaneously. Right, next one that sold out pretty fast was this one, Already Gone, edition 1 of 1. Sometimes you can find these high-end NFTs. They're actually like multiple ownership. I'm not a huge fan of that myself. I prefer owning something outright. But this went for 21 Ethereum or $31,500 by MBSJQ. Artist and owner is Jonathan. Real museums are places where time is transformed into space. And that is badass. Now, I mean, a lot of people are throwing large sums of money around. You might argue, like, is it really a good deal? Is this going to be a trend that blows over? In my opinion, I think it's going to be a big part of cryptocurrency in the years to come. Just my 2 cents. Obviously, if you don't know what an NFT is, they're essentially artworks put onto the Ethereum blockchain. So you can have proof of ownership via the Ethereum blockchain, which is immutable. So you own it like very much like you'd own a painting you'd hang on your wall, but you own it in your address. Next one is I See the Future. This one is incredible, yo. This one sold for 21.8 ETH or $41,278. It's by an artist called Slime Sunday, and it's owned by The Alchemist. And as you can see here, The Alchemist bought it for 21.8 ETH and has slammed it up for sale for 343 Ethereum, essentially. But look at that. That is just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. I think if I had like literally millions of dollars, I would actually buy shit like this. And I don't mean shit. I mean like incredible pieces of art, yo. That is just like this is high end shit, not crypto punks or crypto cucks as I like to call them. Fuck that shit. That, I mean, that wouldn't look out of place in an actual like art gallery in a big city in New York or some shit. Anyway, so this guy is hoping to 15x his money, see if someone buys it. I'm sure if someone made him a decent offer at around like 50 ETH, he'd probably take it. He's just trying to be cheeky. He does put a list price. That list price means that you just pay that and you get it instantaneously, or you can make an offer once you connected your MetaMask. Now this one, I don't know what that means, but it's Japanese looking. It's by an artist called Frenti Covid and bought by a guy called Rudy, who paid 22 ETH, around $42,000 8 days ago. Heavy enough to unbalance. And Rudy, as you can see here, hasn't put it up for sale. It's quite nice. I mean, I wouldn't say no if Rudy wants to transfer it over. Feel free, bro. Next one. This was bought for... Don't fuck with my music, yo. Rudy's been on a bit of a buying spree. He bought this one as well by Coldy. Warren Buffett Decentral Eyes variant 08. Bitcoin Berkshire Hathaway, the 8th of a 10-piece series. I took a look at one of the biggest opponents of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. Bitcoin is now valued higher than Berkshire. Little bit of the Berkshire. Ali G reference there. Let's have a look at this. So Rudy's, I mean, that is pretty gravy, yo. I mean, anyone who tells you they wouldn't want that blown up. Imagine if you were at a rave or some shit and everyone was like dropping tabs or whatever the young kids do these days, and that was like blown up on the wall. People would be fucking freaking out, or they'd just be stood there staring at it for hours on end. Amazing work, Sir Coldy. You are a very talented man, but you probably knew that already. Let's go on to... These are getting increasingly more expensive, as we would say in the game. So this one sold 6 days ago, as of the time making this video, for 35 Ethereum, just over 69,000 US dollars. Just think about that, how much that is, how much that would look like in $20 bills. This one's called The Next Episode. It's also by an artist who seems to be blowing up pretty hardcore on superrare, MBSJQ. And again, you see the same names popping up over and over again. Speculators, people with fat pockets. I mean, this particular one isn't really my style. I don't know why it went for so much more. I mean, I'd definitely take this one, but art is subjective, darling. Air kiss. Air kiss. Fabulous, darling, fabulous. Next one. This is pretty fucking awesome, bros. And MBSJQ is crushing. He is a very happy artist right now. He's probably 3 or 4 already. This sold for 42 Ethereum, close to $77,000. You could buy like a house in some parts. You could actually buy a house in some like super developed countries for that. I mean, not in the best areas, but you could certainly buy like you could certainly live off that for a couple of years if you were frugal, innit? But this is bought by a guy called Catux. Now that's pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. Whether I'd pay $77,000 for it is another question. But it's pretty freaking nice. Makes me kind of wonder how much my my collection of NFTs might be worth one day. I got all mine on OpenSea. I don't really I don't have anything up for sale though. But that's pretty nice. That sold for almost $77,000. Alright, now we're getting up to the big leagues, yo. I think this is like one of the biggest sales of the last few days. It went for 50.888 Ethereum, $101,568. Hot diggity dang. 6 figs. 6 freaking figs, yo. Mental. But it's a goddamn fine piece of work. And here he is again, underscore 8888. Maybe this is like Mark Cuban or some shit. Some billionaire dude. Or maybe it's even like Elon Musk or something. But this is Ripple Routine by an artist called Pack. And I mean, that is something to behold. I wonder what this underscore 888 underscore is planning to do with all these pieces of art that he has accrued. I mean, that's beautiful. Just with this music. This is my music, this is someone else's art. But that is just beautiful, you know. It's not my music, I mean, I bought it. Someone else made it. All rights reserved. That is pretty epic, yo. I'd need some pretty fat brass balls to pay 6 figs for that. Now, this is the photo that the kind of art that was in my thumbnail. This one I really like, man. Jeez, it was some. I was just blown away by the depth and just the imagery and everything it kind of encapsulated. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, fuck, beautiful. It's called 6088 AD. And it really does conjure up something like 4,000 years in the future. But this is by an artist called Zomax. So credit to Zomax for the thumbnail. And if you're ever listening to this, I didn't mean to write high-end NFTs on your picture, but and it's owned by a guy called No Radio. Now, No Radio paid 60.88 Ethereum or $118,738 to Zomax, and he probably paid like a few percent to Superrare as they host these artworks. But Zomax wrote that this piece was part of the... I'll blow it up for y'all in a minute. This piece was one of the biggest and most ambitious projects I've done in my 17-long-year career as a digital artist. I recorded and documented everything of the 3-month-long creation process into a 1.5-hour-long video tutorial that took me almost 10 months to complete. This piece is probably the most important documentation of my teeth-grinding artistic struggle to this day and demanded everything of me. After this, I couldn't create anything for over a year. And I was severely burnt out, spending so much time on a single image and the recording of its creation process, publishing. It felt like being in a trance and I couldn't focus on anything else for a few weeks. That is mental, yo. That is like proper light. Look how amazing that is. So you got like this, I don't think words can really do it justice. I mean, just look at it. It's fucking amazing. You got like this little astronaut dude, or it just might be because their air's so fucked up, and they got all the CCTV cameras pointing everywhere. You got this kind of weird looking dude here with the lights and shit, and there's like old cannons and it says like refugees welcome but something, and graffiti everywhere. It's like dystopian as fuck, yo. I love it. And look at the shadowing. It actually looks like it could be a photograph in a way. Now, out of all of them, I mean, this is probably my favourite. So, epic work, Zomax. You're a legend, sir. And this was the biggest sale, I think, this week on superrare. 72 Ethereum or 140,000 US dollars by Hackatow to Jonathan. It's called Promised Land. I don't want to read all that. It's just kind of mumbo jumbo to me. I mean, this is nice too. It's like this is the future in a way. This is like I was thinking the other day, I was out in the town, you know, and everyone's got their masks on and shit, and there's all these fucking billboards. It was like, I think back to the future too. Everyone was saying, "Oh no, the future's not going to be that wild, yo." But now it's accelerating towards that and past that, because there was all these billboards fucking flashing shit at me, and like all the stores are just like, just boom, right in your face and shit. It's like, wow. And we've all got our masks on because of the coof and shit. It's like, fuck, this is some dystopian shit, bro. But yeah, that sold, and Jonathan didn't put it up for sale, but this cheeky chap here, Death Khan, put in an offer of 0.1 ETH. I don't know, bro. I think you might struggle to get Jonathan to sell it to you for 0.1 ETH. Let's have a look at, because this, like I say, I like this one the best. This is fucking legendary. I love it. I put it as my thumbnail, but I don't own any rights to it. But you can click on the artist to see some of their other artworks. So you can click on their name on superrare, and you can see. So I mean, considering this has gone for such a huge amount, that will automatically make his other work more in demand, if you see what I mean. But I don't think he has anything up for actual sale. You have to put a bid in for it. And I have to say, I mean, that is pretty nice. Avoid breathing, little boy. It's nice, but it's not comparable to the quality of the other one. Fuck. I salute you, sir, and to the guy or lady who bought it, no radio, you have impeccable taste. That's all I'm saying. And whether you choose to keep it or sell it, I hope you do well. Alright, let's talk about some of the big guys in the space. You're probably aware of Beeple. He's been crushing the game, yo. He has over 210,000 followers on Twitter, and he makes he's selling NFTs at Christie's. That's where the crossover is happening. The crossover between fucking Christie's that sells like fucking Mona Lisas and some shit. It's mental. And his artwork is selling for huge amounts of money. Like, bigger than all those other ones I showed you. Like, over $1 million, some of them. It's insane. But, I mean, that's just the way the world's going, you know. He posts them up and people would think, oh, but why don't you can just copy and paste it, can't you? Yeah, you can, but you can also take a picture of the Mona Lisa, or you can copy and paste the Mona Lisa and put it as your desktop back image, but it doesn't mean you own it. That's what I always say about NFTs when people say, oh, why'd you spend money on NFTs? Like the kind of arty fighty ones. Because I just like collecting stuff I like looking at. And I don't care if anyone copies it, because that means they appreciate it, but I'm still the person who owns it, so do what the fuck you want. Now, this guy was actually on CNBC, which I brought up at the start of the video. 22 watching, 15 thumbs up. Please rectify that by making the thumbs up thing go up. Now, this is mental, yo. I'll turn this tune off. You can also get audio NFTs. This one I bought from Split Music, Split Music. You can see them on OpenSea.io. It's also another big site like superrare, but I don't think he/they, no, they don't have anything on sale, and I don't really like bidding for shit. It kind of annoys me. But you can see they've got a bunch of like tunes. I don't want to really play it because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get copyright struck, but I don't want to get copyright struck regardless, so I get demonetized enough as it is. Literally all my videos get demonetized because I say things like fuck and the C word and that guy is an effing wanker and shit like that. So this guy was on CNBC, like mainstream media.
Artist known as Beeple. Beeple, appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Now, this Beeple guy looks like a guy who literally does not have a care in the world.
Being with us.
Thank you very much for having me. I noticed you guys don't have enough sound effect buttons like Kramer, so I brought my own sound effect button. So.
Isn't it crazy that NFT artists are going on CNBC Squawk Alley? It is mental. But yeah, he's probably, imagine like how much Ethereum. I wonder if he apes into like Uniswap gems and shit.
Let me know if you want me to press it at any point during the interview here.
All right. Follow up on what Robert was just saying.
He looks so like different to his. Obviously, his Twitter picture is kind of ridiculous. Maybe that's Halloween, or maybe that's just how he looks after a Friday night out. It looks like he's been beaten up in that picture.
To make this understandable to the layperson.
So I think there's a couple different ways, analogies that I like to use. Like one of them is the Mona Lisa. Anybody can sort of take a picture.
Oh, that's exactly. I swear to God, I haven't watched this interview, but this is what I fucking say.
The Mona Lisa, but that doesn't mean you own the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm fucking saying. Jesus.
Another one that I like to use is like.
Thank you, people. We're on the same wavelength, brother.
MP3s. Like you can have a copy of sort of, Michael Jackson's Thriller, but that doesn't mean like nobody's gonna think, you're not gonna be able to convince people that like you own the rights. Like, master recordings of
exactly.
Thriller. So it's really like
it's like when what was it? Michael Jackson bought all the rights to the Beatles songs, and he fucking pissed McCartney off no end. I think they offered him to McCartney, and McCartney couldn't afford his own songs. I think the story is that Paul McCartney was actually like he was saying to he met with Michael Jackson, and they were chatting, and Michael Jackson was complaining about how he wasn't making enough money in music, and he wanted other streams of income. And then McCartney was saying, well, what you want to do is you want to buy people's music and licensing rights and all that kind of shit. Michael Jackson's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, bro. And then a few years down the line, he's like, yeah, I just bought your entire back collection. What are you going to do about it? And then they I think they fell out. Michael Jackson's dead now, by the way.
Yeah, like you can still have
drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Of digital art online, and everybody can view them, but the blockchain, the NFT, is the thing that proves that this one person owns it, and everybody else sort of like agrees that that person owns it.
Yeah, obviously they agree that they own it because it's on the blockchain. As I said, it is immutable on the blockchain. It says who the owner is. This must be one of his art pieces. Pretty bad boy, yo.
Right. Can you walk us back?
And she's noticed the host is just like, right. Let's go back to talking about the shares of Coca-Cola up 1.5% today after bullish news that sugary drinks taste like shit.
Back to the time when you first thought this was even possible, when you got the idea for this new chapter in digital art?
So, I mean, I didn't invent this technology, obviously, and I only came to this space about 4 months ago. So
what the fuck? I didn't know that. He only came to the space 4 months ago. Jesus. If you're listening and if you have the chops to make shit like this, What are you doing listening to this YouTube channel? Go and do it now.
It's really like rapidly growing and expanding. So, you know, I saw, as soon as I sort of saw this 4 months ago, people kind of kept...
He only saw it 4 months ago, and he's must have made multi-millions. That's insane, yo. Anyway, good luck to him. This is another big name in the field, blowing up fast. Fewocious. Delicious? Fewocious. Maybe that's it. I actually have one of his things on my... Now, I paid 3.5 Ethereum for this, and it is it's verified by OpenSea. But then I'm thinking, how the fuck... Shit. How the fuck did I get one of his pieces for 3.5 Ethereum? And is it a case that OpenSea fucked up and someone's copying his shit and posting it on OpenSea? I mean, if so, that would be out of order, and I demand OpenSea give me my 3.5 Ethereum back. But if not, I'll just keep it, thanks. Because Fewocious is crushing it. Look at this. This sold for $250,000. Fuck, I don't want to get copyright struck. But this sold for $250,000 to NFT girl. Mental. And he's like selling his merch and shit. It's crazy. He's like 18 years old. I think he identifies as like he, she, or that. He, him. So he's one of those kind of dudes. My name is Victor. You can email him if you want. But he's been blowing up like crazy. Now let's put some of my tunage back on. It's a bit of ambience. Because now I want to get into like, he sells a lot of his work on this nifty gateway. I mean, you get actual people with names and shit rather than super rare, where it's like a lot of the time it's just actual just usernames rather than actual artist names. But compared to the quality of stuff on super rare, the vast majority of this doesn't blow me away. I gotta be honest with you. Oh, fuck. And I really want to talk about the sports NFTs in a minute. Because I really don't see... let's have a look at this then. So this is the NBA TopShot.com. And this... this is just basically... Oh, fuck. What do you mean you're under maintenance? Not when I'm making a video, motherfuckers. Oh my god, that's unbelievable. But what it is basically is like a little... like 5-second clips of like basketball players doing slam dunks. And I mean... bro, I get it. It must be... cool to, but the way I see it, that's like sport, isn't it? That's like, how can you put a moment in sporting history on the blockchain when it's kind of like part of the culture? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm struggling to get my head around that. And I know that Mark Cuban, I think he owns like a basketball team in America or whatever. Isn't that just my fucking luck? It goes under... It's probably the first time this site has ever gone under maintenance. And it happens during a live fucking stream. Great. I don't know. I'm just more of a fan of the art. Maybe... I know the NBA are actually officially backing this. They're actually saying, okay, you can use the rights, and they're obviously taking a cut. I mean, the coof's probably affecting their bottom line. Plus, all their players are like Karens and shit. But they'll bend the knee for the old CCP. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, it's bizarre to me. Maybe if someone in the comments wants to let me know what you think about the NBA Top Shot. It's like, it would be like the British version would be like who's a famous football player from back in the day? Like Eric Cantona scores the goal in the FA Cup final, and someone paid like $200,000 for that. It's like, but that's like, why would you do that? You could, I know, but you don't own the rights because that was the guy, that was the player that did that. Do you know what I mean? I know the artist drew it and you just bought it, but you can't buy someone scoring some points in a sport. It's bizarre to me. I can't, maybe I'm just not seeing it. I always try and see, when I'm doing crypto and everything, I'm always trying to keep 3 steps ahead of everything all the time. Because this game moves so freaking fast, it's unreal, yo. And if you get stuck in your ways, it's pretty much, that's it for you. But I've always been a big fan of art. Plus, you can kind of tell the chicks, you know, yo, got a bunch of art, yo. Chat is a bit slow today. Crypto Signal says it's money laundering. I've heard some people claim the same things, but what makes you think that may be the case? And if anyone else, perhaps watching after this goes up live on the YouTubes, after YouTube has thoroughly processed it and demonetized me, what makes you think? David AM says, what do you think about the possibility of the artists selling the NFTs to themselves? I think that is a distinct possibility as well. There's lots of ways this field could be gamed, if you know what I'm saying. I definitely believe that. Advalt Gosai says, haha, you liar. Presumably you're talking about the Mona Lisa reference. No, straight up, because there's, oh shit, my fucking mic just, piece of shit mic. I was just listening to because there was like 2 minutes of these guys just waffling back and forth, these two host guys, like this dude. He's like, oh, look at me, look at my big white teeth. He literally looks like he's got a fucking rectangle head. It's like, bro, go easy on the old anabolics, yo. If he wasn't so like he'd kind of be like a washed up Chad, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I was just watching all these two go back and forth and have a good old laugh, you know. Yeah, that Nyan cat sold for $580,000. That's mental, yo. That sold at Christie's. But I mean, if I had the cash, I'd pay something for that, because that's a bit of internet history rather than paying for LeBron James does a dunk. Do you know what I'm saying? Dalton left me a super chat legend. Thank you very much. Canadian $1.49. Thank you very much. 70% to the Frogster, 30% to YouTube. Thank you very much. Hulk Smash says, I don't see how NFTs are worth it unless you actually control the rights everywhere after you bought it. Well, you do control the rights, but you can't, so let's not talk about the Mona Lisa then. Let's say like the Scream or whatever, you know, that very famous painting. would you say that original is not extremely valuable? But you can't stop someone putting it on Facebook or something. It's the same kind of vibe. You need to kind of get your head around it. That's why, like, a lot of normies, especially like these CNBC hosts, they're having a good old chuckle about it, like not taking it seriously. But I think they'll get bitten in the ass. Old washed up Chad here. He'll be like, shit. I should have followed the advice, non-advice of Crypto Freaking Frog. Yo. All right, lads and ladies, you've been legendary. If you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, you will get the U.S. diplomat entering China Koof test, aka a thumb up your ass. And that isn't fake news. That actually happened. Subscribe as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Disclaimer, do your own research on NFTs before you buy any. People are speculating. People are buying and just owning. But remember, any financial decision is your decision. I can't end the video on that fucking guy's face. And also follow me on Twitter if you want. I got 15,347. It's growing up. It's growing literally by like 200 a day at this point. It's ridiculous. And thank you to people who bought my baller merch. You can find it in the video description below, maybe, or maybe I took it off. But in a few of my recent videos, it's on bonfire.com. They're a reputable company, so don't you worry about them. Check it out. This is actually an NFT of mine of Vincent van Gogh dressed up in Gucci, and I put Dapper AF, aka Dapper as fuck, under it. Check it out. It's being shipped to the first people who ordered already. Lucky people. Alright, legends, peace out.